Get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. Or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free. I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. Or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free. I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more.
All right, 8 o'clock, live from Studio 6B on the Real America's Voice on the East Coast is what I was going to say. Glad you're in. Glad you're in. I think I was going to say. Glad you're in. Slick's going to do some sports. He's here. Paul Nolan sitting in with the boys. Tonight's got some news. Rick Delgado's doing double duty. He's got news. And I hear... What even is that?
Yes.
Oh!
You heard correctly.
What even is that
Yes.
tonight? Okay, very good. So what,
Oh, here we go.
You want a clue?
Here we go.
I love Slick. Slick's up on the bit
What?
now. I love it. I just love it. What is, do you want to give a clue to what your what even is that is tonight?
Let's see.
This is...
Well, how hard can it be to get a clue?
Well, because I wasn't
Did
prepared.
you not write it?
Yeah, exactly.
You not prepared? He asks you this every time.
I wasn't prepared for the clue because I was thinking about something else.
Because you're clueless. That's why.
I was thinking about Superman.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I only asked
He's
you.
like Colonel
You know what?
Let's think about
with
this.
the, yeah, with the
library
candlestick pipe. Yeah.
Got hit over the head with the
Fine.
candlestick.
You want a clue?
Yes, we do.
In the
Why-
study.
That's why I asked you for one.
I'm stealing from Slick. Clueless.
Oh,
Clueless.
Perfect clue.
like it.
Thank you, Slick.
Is this what even
good.
is that about me and you, Slick?
No, it's a montage of his career.
Okay. All right. It's not a montage of your career, is it?
No.
No.
Okay. Very good.
Wait. No.
Are we on the air?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're live. Yeah.
I don't know that any longer, but we're...
Slick, how are you?
It's a Zenmeister.
How are you?
I'm doing great, Big D. I'm clueless with that question. You caught me by surprise.
All right,
Sounds like
very
a
good.
regular day for you.
Mr. Nolan, I like that jacket a lot. How was the tree that you chopped down? Good?
Yeah, it's cool. It's okay. I got a couple more heads of cattle today. It's
Nice.
Yeah, no, you look good in that jacket. I'll tell you,
You
that
do.
right now. You look good in anything now.
You look like you're ready for a brawny paper
Paul's a
towel
good- yeah, he's a-
commercial.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say, so David, how's my hair? That's a trick question. It's always terrific.
Enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me? Nah, you look good, Paul. You always look good.
Yes, he does.
Very kind.
He does.
Glad you're in. If you're following us in the chat at LFS6B on social media, welcome on in.
didn't ask
Hit the
me how my
like
day
and
was.
subscribe.
chair.
I'm sorry?
You didn't ask me how my day was.
Oh, you're right. I only asked you about your what even is that. Mr. Delgado's here. He's going to do the news. How are you? All right.
Do you wanna
anyways.
know?
No, not really.
Because I had a meltdown today.
Really?
A freak out.
Really?
Yeah.
You freaked out about something?
First off, my day starts with an actual texting with Damon early in the morning.
Don't tell people
the
that,
only time this SOB ever returns my
you like
text
cream in
like
your shoes?
that.
Don't tell anybody. They might think we actually talk off the. No.
No, he
Don't-
only when he wants something will he respond. So we're going back and forth this morning talking about his dumb traffic light situation.
Oh, my God.
That's all he wanted to talk about. Not good morning. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, what do you got planned?
Oh,
hey,
his
David,
texts are like, there's no salutations.
Yeah, there's no
It's
salutations.
just right to it.
Right.
Oh,
There's
now
no
Slick's-
interest.
now Slick's on Delgado's team.
So
now.
maybe you guys
5
are on
minutes
a-
ago he was on mine.
I
Yeah,
love
there's
it. We get
there's no-
salutations. They don't even exist in your life. Like,
I can't
hello,
even
how
imagine
are
It's
you?
not the relationship I have with Big. We have cordial conversations.
Paul.
Just checking in.
Yeah, well, that's not what we have.
And I
So
made it up.
it starts off
You
like
bring
that.
value to his life. We don't.
Let me go back. Let me make sure he's not lying.
So it starts off like that. What do you mean not lie? I'm gonna pull it open.
No, I'm going to do it first.
Let's see.
So is this going to be called, did he even text that?
See, you're lying. You started it.
Right. So I texted you what intersection you were talking about last night.
8:17 a.m. So what
Was
intersection
there
were
a
you talking
response
about
of,
last night?
Was there a response of, "Hey, thanks for remembering this. Good morning. Here's what I was talking about."
No, I just sent you a
He just
picture
sent
of
me a
the-
freaking map.
Of the
Here, figure it
intersection.
out.
What's wrong with that?
All right, Magellan. Thanks for the map. Now I got to figure out where he's talking about on the stupid map.
Thanks, Magellan.
And then he says, "Did it happen again last night?"
Hagstrom.
And I said, "Well, I don't know, because when I drove up to it, the two lefts were red, the three straights were green.
Yeah.
And there was no one around because I got home late, so I just ran the reds and went left."
Right. So he runs a light, and then he proceeds to do what so many people do when they get irritated that something's affecting their life.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, he says. Have them check every light in that area because they all suck. So now he wants everything checked just because of him.
Want the whole place checked.
The timing on them are terrible, and also get an answer as to why we have 3 lanes going into 2, and we bottleneck pretty much all the time once you get past the diner. Who's the genius that came up with that? I want answers. By the way, I am a taxpayer.
He pays big taxes. where he
Okay.
lives, too.
What's wrong with that?
That's the way my day started.
I'm just concerned we have no audience after this.
No, they love this.
No, I mean, I think that's legit questions.
Yeah.
I want to know.
And then it proceeds to.
I don't see any answers, by the way.
No,
in
there's
this
no
thread.
answer.
You're dealing
I
with
got
the government. You're never going to get any answers.
I got nothing for you.
Answers.
So then what happened to me was even worse. Believe it or not.
Now, your
if it can be
meltdown
worse
wasn't because
than-
of my questions,
if
were
it
they?
can- No, it had nothing to do
Does
with you.
this story have an end to it? Let's go.
So I go home as I do. I do my errands. I take a late nap today because I'm running late. So it's like 4:15. I'm like, oh, I got.
Is that before or after your warm milk?
That's before my warm milk. So I take my nap, right? Now, I'm out cold. And all of a sudden I wake up and I look at 5:15 and it's kind of dark outside.
Yeah.
Now I think it's 5:15 in the morning. I'm freaking the F out because I was
Wow.
supposed to be at work 15 minutes ago.
Oh.
I jump up. The dog jumps up. He's looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm
Harrison
going
Ford.
nuts right now. Like, oh my God. I pick up the phone. I call work. Get the guy on the phone. Hey, tell everybody I'm running about an hour late. I'll be there as soon as I can. And then as I hang up the phone, I'm like, why is the guy from the afternoon still there? It didn't process yet. So now I'm looking at myself like, oh my God, did I even take a shower last night? I don't even know if I took a shower. So I run upstairs. Nobody said, and the damn boy is on his computer at 5:15 in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing on your computer? Do you know what time it is? He's like, yeah, I know what time it is. And I slam the door. I'm like, he's been up all night. I am still thinking it's 5:15 in the morning, and I'm running around like a lunatic trying to get ready for work. So when it finally dawns on me,
Then you
about
have
5 minutes
Alzheimer's.
later, then I'm like, wait, this is why I can't remember what I did last night. I can't remember. I don't know why none of the girls are.
Who even am I?
Yeah.
That's why you don't take naps.
But it was insane. I was running around like a lunatic.
That and you're a grown-up?
Yes.
that and you're a grown up. Exactly, Paul.
Maybe put your phone in 24-hour mode.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I can't read that.
Oh, my God. I look like Hopalong Quesadilla.
Yeah, you look good, Paul.
What's up, y'all?
You look great.
By the way,
Oh, my God.
3 burritos, hold the black beans.
Oh, my God, Paul, you look great in that.
Especially with that jacket.
No,
the jacket.
no pico de gallo.
If I get you a guitar, can you sing Dwight Yoakam songs?
Yeah, right.
Holy cow, you look good in that.
I'm not even waiting.
Guaranteed.
I just think what's so funny is if you guys could zoom out, look how large his head is.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Thing.
I got to end up being part of this.
That's like a pop-up tent for your head.
The good news, Damon's lucky. Like,
Can we get going here?
Yeah,
What are we
come on, we
doing?
got a show here.
I mean, what are we doing here? 8 minutes
7 minutes
past the hour, talking nonsense here.
Man, well, last night was a heavy show, huh? That was some show. Wow.
Oh man,
That was crazy.
That was crazy
That was
last night, huh?
fantastic.
yeah, I'd love to see some of that J6 clips.
That was raw.
You never
Great
know where live TV is
stuff.
going to take you,
Yeah.
huh?
Well, Ben is fabulous.
God bless. So I'm glad those people are home.
Ben is something else. He was amazing last
Yeah.
night.
Oh, that was something else. Boy, I got emails and emails on top of emails about last night's show.
Those
We were in the
poor
moment. In the moment.
people, think about how their lives were completely ruined.
Oh, man.
You know, it
Unjustifiably.
was just so overly punitive. It's just the insanity of it all. You know, that was the world we're in. Like that was why. That's why the Democratic Party's probably dead forever, because of this absolutely heinous and completely criminal, you know, Obama Biden regime of just totalitarian, bottom up, top down nonsense. So, you know, that's
One of the things we asked Paul was, think about it in this way, like, you know, you're in there. Can you imagine what they're feeling on November 4th, the eve of the election?
Oh no,
Thinking like this might be my only shot at freedom again.
yeah, especially
That
after
was
a
taken
rigged
from me?
election. Especially after a rigged election.
Yeah.
No one's going to tell anybody here differently. I mean, we know exactly what it was. And even if, like, you look the way we were suppressed, right? We were cruising. Our show was growing back then, and we were shut down on almost every platform. Think about all the other news that was shut down, especially the Hunter Biden laptop. Forget about the stuffing ballots. Forget about the fake news. Forget about all the arrows in the quiver, as America's favorite sweetheart Nancy Pelosi said. I mean, those people had to be thinking they're rigging it again, because I know it's a landslide, and I'm texting Damon, tell me we're okay. Tell me we're okay. Give me something.
Well, you know what was sad about what we covered last night, though, was hearing their stories. And, you know, these guys were very well spoken. I mean, you know, they knew what they were talking about. They took some time to learn what situation they got themselves into, the ramifications of it, what they were being charged with, how they were being screwed over. And it's sad that is basically they're victims of America turning on Americans.
I have a question.
Right? Because the federal government just turned its attention, instead of to our enemies, to our citizens, and came after them relentlessly.
Forgive my lack of information here. Were a lot of these prisoners in the same cells, and the same prisons, like with each other, able to commiserate together?
I think they were all together, right?
Were they all? If they were all together, they probably were they all able to probably study the law together, help each other learn? I would love to know more. I should know more. I feel bad that I don't. I should have done my research on that way back from the beginning of this.
I thought the way they articulated when they came out, some of those guys were geniuses.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have their own TV show the way they were going on, some of those fellas. They're very bright.
Well, I thought that Don and Kelly Meggs vibed
Oh, yeah.
like they'd been together forever.
Yeah, they were great.
And Kelly was very informative, and Don's just great. So,
Yeah, and there's something to pay attention to. They didn't let go 1,500 people yesterday or the day before.
Right.
I guess it was more like 300 to 400 people were still imprisoned, which is way too many.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of them had already served some time. They'd served their time. They gotten out. Some of them had they got paroled or something or probation. But the good chunk that were still in there, that were under You hear from them.
Hostages, as Trump said.
Hostile conditions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, being abused by the guards. It's like, what is it?
Yeah.
I know.
What the hell is that?
What is that?
It's hard.
It's just sad. Again, America turning on Americans. That's exactly what would have happened if Trump doesn't win. The rest of that ire from the Biden administration would have been focused on everybody else then. So I know that sounds like, oh my God, that's so crazy. Is it really? I mean,
it's plausible.
You've seen it.
Yeah, we've
seen it.
Yeah, I don't think you're far on a limb there.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night, just getting started. Slick's going to do sports. Delgado's going to do the news. What even is that? Paul's going to do some news as well. Aaron and Fran holding it down. What even is that? Coming up at 9 o'clock. And I want to get into Pete Hegseth because I didn't get a chance with the way the show turned yesterday with that. I want to get into Pete Hegseth and what's going on. And first test for the Republicans is on their doorstep. We'll see how they react. We'll talk about that. Live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday. More to do. We're back right after this.
I use the silk. Oh man,
we're live in the chat. Hello.
That was a funny opening segment.
Yeah, once in a while we're funny.
I don't know if that's is that frowned upon?
No.
What? You putting on Damon's hat? Yeah, we'll find out later.
It is. You know why? Because they don't like you wearing those light-colored hats this time of year. You're not supposed to have a like light-colored beaver after like Labor Day.
Right.
That's what they say. It's kind of like fashion. You don't wear white shoes after Labor Day weekend.
Or white pants.
No, exactly. So when you have a white beaver, they're like, a couple of guys were saying, "Wow, it's disrespectful, Big D wearing a white beaver this time of year." I says, "Wow, I didn't know. I'm not up on the beaver rules, but that's what it sounds like."
So it sounds like you're not.
I think I just found out they call hats beavers like 6 months ago. That's how sheltered I am from all this. What can I tell you? I do the rodeo though. I got to do a rodeo tonight. I haven't done rodeo in a while.
Dude, you never. We there is going to be a PBR rodeo coming to our area.
Yeah, I know. I should cover it.
All right. It is.
You're not. Is Fran picking that up or no? Good.
Yeah, through the walls, not necessarily on your mic.
Okay, good. I don't know if it. Yeah. Especially we're on the network tonight, right? Well, I mean, we're on the radio station tonight, right? Tonight's Wednesday. Islanders are not playing tonight, I don't believe. It's the only time we get preempted. Can't believe I'm on the same network as the Islanders now. Pretty historical. I always listen to the games on 103.9. Nope, no Islander game tonight. Well, he just cut the music, so maybe he heard you. Oh.
It was crazy, man.
Oh, super chat, Big D. Mrs. D, $20.
It's my little child seat. I got to keep myself locked in so I don't wreck the shot. All right, I'm back.
17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, 103.9 LI News Radio on a Wednesday night. Glad you're in. Slick Rick's doing sports. Paul Nolan's going to do some news. Rick Delgado doing news. Plus, what even is that tonight? Aaron and Fran, of course, holding it down as always. Glad you're in. Let me be the first here tonight to wish POTUS and FLOTUS a happy 20 years of marriage. Today is their 20th anniversary. So happy anniversary to them.
She was elegant and graceful.
Oh my gosh.
She is just so
unbelievable.
She's timeless.
She's got that
timeless.
She doesn't age. She doesn't age.
And they both are timeless.
Yeah, that's true.
How many hours?
He's more of an anomaly. He's just amazing.
Did he do a 20-hour day on Monday?
I think he does one every day. I think he maybe gets 4 or 5 hours if he's lucky.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I believe he got back to the White House around 1 in the morning.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. Timeless is a great word for the both of them. I saw a clip today. I was doing some research into this 14th Amendment birthright citizenship nonsense that people are trying to run up the poll, and I saw a clip of him, and I think it was 2015. Could have been today. I mean, it could have been today. I mean, 10 years, nothing has changed about that man.
No.
He looks as good today as he did in this clip.
And what's crazy is that the presidency is, if you've looked over the years of all the guys who've been president, when they come in to the day they leave,
ages them 20 years.
They age like double time.
Yeah.
Well, corruption's a tough business.
It is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good work if you can get it.
Really feel the pressure there once in a while. Taking all that money, trying to keep it straight where it's coming from.
Right. Somebody get me a gallon of adrenochrome.
Tough. All right, 19 past.
Welcome back, Paul.
19 past the hour. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell and our friends at MyPillow. Use promo code LFS6B at checkout if you shop at MyPillow, and we appreciate when you do. Great way to support Mike Lindell and all the great stuff that they make. And a great way to support live from Studio 6B. Use promo code LFS6B at checkout. Slickster's got sports. Slick, what's going on?
Okay, Big D, NCAA Men's Basketball Division I. Let's get right to the scoreboard. We got a good one. Number 5, Florida, right now trailing South Carolina 54-43, 10 to go there in the second half. All these games are in the second half now, 14 to go. Kansas over TCU 45-43. Xavier 52-38 over St. John's right now. We have Syracuse trailing Clemson 60-42. And the final, Houston bombed Utah 70-36. Texas A&M and Ole Miss coming up at 9. Kansas State Baylor at 9 p.m. tip-off, and also Georgia and Arkansas. NHL, let's go to the ice in Jersey. Devils and Bruins tied at 1, 18 to go there in the second, and just underway in the first. Blue Jackets right now lead the Maple Leafs 1-0 there. Jets and Avalanche, 9:30 puck drop. Panthers and Kings, 10 p.m. puck drop out west in the Crypto Arena tonight. NBA action, couple of games on the slate. Pistons 51-38 over the Hawks, 6 to go there in the second. Also mid-second, Suns over the Nets 36-27. Boy, the Nets had the Knicks last night. Great comeback by the Knicks, by the way. They pulled that game out by 4. Knicks are playing good ball. Look like a good team this year. And that's it on the scores. Big D, just want to get to a story. This guy's a great hockey player, too. Team USA Capitals star T.J. Oshie defends Trump post, says critics have no honor. Warner Todd Houston at Breitbart. Washington Capitals and Team USA Olympic hockey star T.J. Oshie took aim at those who attacked him for a social media post celebrating Donald Trump's inauguration and accused them of having no honor. On Monday, Oshie posted a photo of the president featuring a message reading, "America is back." That's a true statement. And Trump's pledge to fight for all Americans. Along with the image, Oshie wrote, "God bless America." But his celebratory post was immediately attacked by keyboard warriors from the left who hate Trump and blasted Oshie for celebrating Trump's return to the White House, Fox News reported. Later that evening, Oshie, who was with the Stanley Cup winning Capitals in 2018, jumped back onto that post to reply to the detractors. That escalated quickly, the 38-year-old player wrote on X. "To be clear, I love America and Americans on both sides of the aisle and always will. Yeah, even you in the negative comments, you little stinkers. I choose to respect everyone until you prove me otherwise." But he also slammed the attackers back, saying they are silly and have no honor. "If it makes you feel better to chirp me over the internet, it's good, although I don't see the honor in it and it seems silly." Oshie went on to address the many leftist commenters who who attacked his children or otherwise accused him of being a bad parent just for supporting Donald Trump, right? We've heard that before. To the people worried about my daughters, thank you for your concern, she said. All 4 of my kids will grow up with parents who support them, tell them they love them every day, teach them to be strong, and above all, to be good and kind people. So, hey, and it goes on to talk about some other stuff, but boy, who needs that, right? Superstar hockey player, you got to be out there defending. I don't know. Me, I kind of ignore those posts, Big D. I don't want people to let me know they live rent-free. I live rent-free in their head, or they live rent-free in my head, That's a wrap in sports. Back to you.
But that's a really good story to post.
Yes, it is.
That's going to go away. There's more and more people going to be not afraid to stand up to the lunacy. Yeah. The woke mob doesn't own us anymore. We're not afraid anymore. Chirp all you like. We don't care.
All right, very good. Sports is brought to you by MyPillow. LFS6B is the promo code to use. Let's do some news. We'll start with Rick Delgado. News is brought to you by Freedom Force Nutrition. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, I know we were giving our congratulations to the president and his lovely first lady, celebrating 20 years of marriage. But there's marriage turmoil, Damon, coming out of D.C. inside former VP Kamala Harris. Believe it or not, marriage turmoil as Doug
What is this, a story from 10 years ago?
Doug Emhoff scandals are blamed for her losing the presidency. It's his fault.
Oh, yeah, come on. That wasn't enough.
Really?
Kamala Harris, yep. It says here, according to the Daily Mail, Kamala Harris was all smiles and affection for her beloved second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, in the immediate aftermath of her crushing presidential defeat. But now the President Trump has been sworn into the office. The sore loser Harris is now all about the blame game, and her target, believe it or not, is flipped to her deadweight husband. As she weighs her political future, maybe a 2026 run for governor of California or another try at the nation's top job, she has to consider whether Emhoff is an asset or a liability. One source told the Daily Mail there's plenty of blame to go around as far as Kamala is concerned, and Doug has his share. Yeah, she's taking aim at him. Doug did Kamala no favors during the election. He looked like he was a hypocritical ass after the bombshells that he had gotten his child's nanny pregnant while married to his first wife, assaulted his ex-girlfriend on the heels of his I Am Woman crusade as well. Despite their brave unified front at the inauguration and at President Carter's funeral, those close to the couple believe that everything is not hunky-dory between them. Word is the husband of the California girl has already signed up for a job in a New York City law firm, which would require him to split their time between New York and L.A. And, of course, she's heading back to California because she thinks, well, maybe I'll become governor of California.
There's still some destruction in the state left to do?
Yes. Yes, there is.
She figures, let me just finish it off completely?
Yeah, it's amazing. So,
I haven't done enough
I don't think she
damage.
could even win the governorship in California.
Probably not.
No, she can't.
Probably not. She's kind of toxic right now. Everybody knows it. Nobody really likes her. You haven't really seen her out. Nobody's talking to her.
She said she's not going away quietly.
She was a loser when she wasn't toxic.
Miss
She was a
Skin Milk.
loser every time she's been on the ballot, other than originally in California.
Yeah.
She's one of the least likable human beings we've ever seen in
Ever.
politics.
Ever.
Yeah, next to Hillary.
But her voice, it's so charming. And that laugh. God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine we had to endure her for 4 years?
No.
Just amazing.
Forget about the policy.
Well,
Oh, God.
So I wonder if she'll go on a blame tour like Hillary did.
Of
And
course she will.
she'll blame Doug. She'll blame, basically all the Democrats. She'll blame Democrats that decided to vote for Trump. She'll blame women. She'll blame Hispanics. She'll blame blacks. She'll blame everybody.
Without a doubt.
She will.
Yeah,
don't blame me.
Don't worry, she won't.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. We're back right after this.
for that. You know? I still haven't been to
Chat. What's going on in the chat? See our friends on Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble, Getter.
I heard it's beautiful.
It's perfect.
I heard that. Hey, what's going on, Big D?
Damon Farmer is looking for you to do another amendment. You're going to help the guy out? Well, I don't know. The 30th Amendment took a lot of work to get put together and passed and ratified. Can we do another one this week? I'm not sure. I guess I have to hear what it is.
A lot of work.
Damon, tell Rick Emirati to stop ignoring us.
I'm not knowing. Who am I ignoring? Who said that? Drag Blacker?
Yeah.
What's the matter with him? I always say hello.
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
Yeah,
Come on,
what's the
Drag
matter with
Blacker.
you?
What's the matter for you?
Drag
Hey.
Blacker's a good guy.
Hey.
Well, Drag Blacker, I think it's a guy by the typing. I'm pretty sure it's a guy.
Did the audience, anyone in the audience, get the hop along Kesset each reference? It was from a movie. Is this more in number one? Put more in number two on the phone.
Is this more in number one? Put more in number two on the phone.
Go have a milkshake.
With warm milk.
Mikey Axe on YouTube. Good music. When you go to break, who picks the music there?
Fran.
That'd be Fran.
Thank you.
That's great music.
No
That's gotta be a
I'm
lot
a
of
little
work.
disappointed in no Delbert, but what can I do?
You have a licensing agreement to even say his name?
Good point.
That's true.
Go Bills. I haven't even looked at the lines.
Oh,
yet.
the
I haven't
Bills.
even
Come
looked
on, Big
at
D.
the lines.
I can't.
I can't
Buffalo.
help it.
Is it at
I'm
Buffalo?
going
Kansas
Buffalo.
City in Buffalo?
No, it's in Kansas City, right?
All right, it's in Kansas City, 'cause they're
Yes,
number
in
one,
Kansas
right?
City. It's got to be. They're
Buffalo
number
at
one seed.
Kansas City. Given the past,
Oh, given the pass, forget it.
I can't see them doing any more than the old hometown home field 3.5.
I mean,
What
it's
would
not,
be your guess?
I'm looking.
it's not like Kansas City blows anybody out. I
My
don't
guess
know.
is 3.
How can it not
How can
be
it
3?
be just not the old, home
It's got to
field
be
3?
3.
And then what's the other
I didn't
game?
look, though.
Philly, Washington, and Philly, right?
That's got it.
I say 5.5.
Yeah, that's
I was
about
going to
right.
say 6.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look.
And the total on that, what, 50?
No less.
I don't know.
Is it weather? Because I didn't
I'm
check.
not good on totals. Okay, so
-2.
Philly -6,
Chiefs.
KC -2.
Two.
I wanted to say 2.5, but I figured they would want to tease or protect it.
KC -2.
KC
I'll
game
take
is
it. Buffalo on a
47.
47.5 on both games.
They must
47
change it up to
All
ref
right,
squad.
I'm out of practice. I am definitely going to have Buffalo.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. This was sent to me by my cousin, and I haven't spent enough time going over this because it's now that the old fart is gone. I really don't want to even remember it or bring up anything he's done. But I think we should bring up this. This is part of, and there's a couple others that need some attention to be brought to, so you know who these people are in Biden's pardons, besides his family. This is from
Al Capone?
Eyewitness News 3 up in Connecticut, where, of course, I was born and raised, and unfortunately, so was Chris Murphy. Went to the same high school. We're embarrassed by him, but there's nothing we can do about it. Connecticut man convicted in 1999 murder case granted clemency by President Biden. A man convicted for his roles in trading cocaine in Bridgeport and the killing of an 8-year-old witness and his mother
Good Lord.
was granted clemency by President Joe Biden on Monday. Last week, President Biden granted clemency to nearly 2,500 people who he called nonviolent drug offenders. Adrian Peeler was listed among them. President Biden is calling the record number of commutations, quote, an important step towards righting historic wrongs, correcting sentencing disparities, and providing deserving individuals the opportunity to return to their families and communities after spending far too much time behind bars. Well, according to the AP, Adrian Peeler shot and killed Leroy Brown and his mother, Karen Clark, on January 7th, 1999, at the direction of his brother, Russell Peeler. Russell Peeler was on trial for murder. Brown and Clark were the key witnesses in that case. Adrian Peeler was initially sentenced to 25 years in prison, along with a 35-year federal drug sentence. The sentence for murders finished in 2022. Adrian Peeler was sent to a federal prison in West Virginia for the drug conviction, where he is now. Adrian was in his mid-20s at the time of the shooting and already a notorious drug kingpin in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Russell Peeler was convicted and originally sentenced to death. However, he was later resentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. More than 2 decades ago, Karen's brother Oswald Clark said they're going to feed this guy 3 meals a day in prison for the rest of his life. But Karen and BJ, everybody forgets them. They're gone, and their memory is forgotten. Christopher Moreno, who was the deputy chief state's attorney at the time, released a statement about the clemency decision. Says, quote, "This is extremely disturbing. Both state and federal prosecutors did their job to see that this man faced justice. This is an example of an unhealthy mix of politics and criminal justice, seeing a man get out of prison way sooner than he should be. Even with federal ranking clemency, he will still have a conviction in Connecticut and will always have that on his record." Moreno was also part of the creation of the Leroy Brown Jr. and Karen Clark Witness Protection Program, a statewide program that identifies and protects witnesses in criminal proceedings. Now listen to this part. If you want to know how bad this is, Senator Richard Dick Blumenthal, who used to be Connecticut's Attorney General at the time, also released the following statement. "It seems to me that somebody dropped the ball here to let this person get released. This was a really vicious murder that changed our laws. It also highlights how we need to take a look at the pardon system to see how it can be improved." Well, no, I think you need to look at the human that was behind the pardon and how he could have been improved. How about that?
He couldn't.
When asked if Biden's decision can be reversed if Adrian Peeler wasn't properly vetted, former prosecutor and current defense attorney Ryan McGinnis said no. The answer is no. The president of the U.S. has the power of clemency, and it's plenary, which means it's not up for review by Congress or by the courts. We have 3 branches of government. They're equal and detached. The other 2 cannot interfere with the president's executive power of clemency. Spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney's Office said they were not consulted nor notified in advance of the clemency announcement. He's set to be released from prison on July 16th, while his brother still serves a life sentence. And this isn't the only one.
Nope.
It's terrible.
There's others.
That's repulsive.
Yeah.
And as Biden said, this is a chance to right wrongs for people who are nonviolent drug. This guy doesn't fit any of the description of what he said these were supposed to be.
Yeah. Same with a guy named Leonard Peltier.
Yes.
Who killed 2 FBI agents.
Christopher Wray wrote a scathing, now made public, letter to Biden about this guy.
Yep.
Basically saying, are you out of your ever-loving mind? You're going to do what? This guy killed 2 of our agents.
That's terrible.
Not only that, they weren't even looking for him. They were there to serve a warrant for somebody else, but he was on the run.
That's right.
From murdering a Milwaukee police officer. So he was a cop killer on the run. They weren't there for him. Unbelievable.
It's staggering.
Mind-boggling.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I wanted to bring that to your attention because there are a couple multiple really just reprehensible ones in there.
Yeah.
More reprehensible than his own damn family, which, as far as we know, they haven't killed anybody, but who knows?
Well, they got a blanket pardon, so
Doesn't
it doesn't matter
now.
what they did.
Fauci and all of them. So let's talk about Pete Hegseth for a little bit here.
All right.
Because the Democrats are up to their, dirty tricks that we've seen with Kavanaugh. And
smear campaigns.
You can go back in history and then see multiple times. Kavanaugh's probably the most recent one, but they do it all the time when they can. And this is what we always talk about. The Democrats use every lever of every every little thing they can find, procedural things they can find to lever their power when they're not in power, which is why some of us have complained all these years that even when they're not in power, they're in power, or they seem to be in power. And it's like, well, wait a minute. They're in the minority. You're in the majority. How is it that they're running things or saying how things happen?
Because the media aids and abets all their lies. They amplify them, they exaggerate them, and then they tell you you're stupid if you don't believe the talking head on TV.
Well, that's part of it, but the other part, the bigger part of it is that, again, the Democrats use every procedural thing they can, and the Republicans do not fight fire for the most part with fire.
Right.
So here you have Pete Hegseth, went through his hearings in front of the committee, which Roger Wicker is the chairman of. What can we do about that? Nothing. But the ranking member for the Democrats is this guy, Jack Reed. And so it comes out here this week that all of a sudden there's a new affidavit that shows up to the committee through Jack Reed from the sister of Pete Hegseth's first wife. All of a sudden there's a new affidavit. Pah! Look at this. Jack Reed has. Now Pete's gone through the hearings. First wife has been questioned and says, I'm not going to talk about my marriage to Pete. His current wife has clearly been there supporting him. They have 3 or 4 kids that I believe Pete has joint custody with, the first wife, who seems to be with him all the time. But all of a sudden here at the 11th hour, as we're waiting for the votes to start going on these people, there's an affidavit. And this is what the Democrats like to do. Get down in the mud, create a situation that's a total hit job, probably set up by Chuck Schumer, get their old dirty tricks going, just like they did on Trump. Because what do we hear? Well, now we got him. They've always got, the next thing is always the one. This is always the one that's going to take them down. Now they've got the smoking gun. Right? This is the old playbook that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what they're running now on Pete Hegseth. All of a sudden now we've got this new affidavit from his former sister-in-law.
Right. It's not even like a family member. It's Danielle, who was married to former Fox News host brother for 8 years. She claimed that Pete's second wife, Samantha, hid in a closet out of fear, and they had a safe word that she would use to call for help, and all this other hippity-hop crap, which is basically now being denied because, even in the article, they go to the woman, they go to his second wife, Samantha, ask her about it. She says, nobody speaks for me. She denies the allegations, and she's seeking attorneys.
Here's what she says specifically. Right. According to the report by NBC News, Danielle Hegseth sent a sworn affidavit to the senators in response to a letter dated January 18th from Senator Jack Reed. And after staffers for the Senate Armed Service Committee who were in contact with her for several days. The letter from Reed, the ranking Democrat on the committee, requested from Danielle Hegseth a statement attesting to your knowledge about Mr. Hegseth's fitness to occupy this important position, including details about her knowledge of instances of abuse or threats or abuse perpetrated against any other person, a mistreatment of a spouse, former spouse, or other family members, or other members of his family. Yeah. And so, of course, the basic question is, what's this guy Reed up to? Who put him up to it? Probably Chuck Schumer. But more importantly, who pointed him in this person's direction?
Right.
How would he know? If it's not a total setup, job.
Here's how I can help you with that, Damon. According to Tim Parlator, the attorney, he called Hegseth's former sister-in-law a lifelong Democrat, motivated by political bias.
So who tipped him off? Hey, Reed, this is who you need to go to. You're not getting anywhere? He did good in the hearing? Okay, time to go to Plan B. Let's smear him.
Yeah.
Let's get down in the mud.
And according to the attorney, everything that Danielle talks about did not witness a vast majority of instances that she's reporting on. So she has no firsthand knowledge. There's no physical abuse in the marriage. There's no basis for basically anything that's in this, but they're going to run with it anyway because it fits the narrative of we've got to take this guy out because he's going to do things that we don't want him to do. He's going to cut off the money supply. He's going to end the way the Pentagon hands out these cushy contracts to keep the war machine going.
Yep.
So Samantha Hegseth, the wife, said in response to the email, first and foremost, I have not and will not comment on my marriage to Pete Hegseth. I do not have representatives speaking on my behalf, nor have I ever asked anyone to share or speak about the details of my marriage on my behalf, whether it be reporter or committee member, a transition team member, etc. She said, I do not believe your information to be accurate. And I have CC'd my lawyer. This is Samantha Hegseth asked what information was not accurate for comment on the affidavit. She replied on Tuesday, there was no physical abuse in my marriage. This is the only further statement I'm going to make to you. I'm letting you know that I am not speaking anymore on this and will not speak about my marriage to Pete. Please respect this decision. So the ex-wife says, no.
Doesn't matter. The wrap-up smear is in full.
That's exactly what it is.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the Republicans, Wicker needs to decide what he's going to do here with the ranking member.
Well, according to this from Politico, Damon, real quick, Republican wall support around Pete Hegseth shows no sign of weakening despite the new allegations. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, except for McConnell, Collins, and Murkowski, who have all come out and said, we're probably a no today. Which I believe, if I have my math right, leaves it, I believe, at 50, which means J.D. Vance could still be the tiebreaker. But that's it. You can't lose another one. And the Republicans need to circle the damn wagons around Pete Hegseth right now.
Coffee.
So I want to
Chat.
I want to ask the chat. Okay.
RQQ in X says this show is boring tonight. Okay, very good. Excellent.
Well, you missed the opening segment. That was
really
fire.
We had fun.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
Slick Chick.
You want to ask the chat what?
He did a striptease over there. You missed it. Yeah, I want to know. Bills or KC? 1 for KC minus 2 points. 2 for the Bills plus 2 points. I want to see what we got here.
I'm gonna say Bills. I think they're gonna finally pull it off.
I hope so. I got to be honest with you. I'm a big Mahomes fan because of his wicked talent, but I'm kind of worn out by him. And the calls that KC and he gets, that targeting, roughing the passer last week, he gets one lucky call after another. I'd really like to see Josh Allen get one. He deserves it. He's a warrior. I love the way the kid plays the game.
Portnoy's got $1 million future on the Bills at plus 600.
Oof. You better pay some sportsbook directors off to not look at this. All right, we got a lot of action here. Thank you, people. I love how you call the guy saying the show's boring. It's just so great.
Well, yeah, that's the one I'm going to go right to.
Oh, Moon Pie asked me a question. How do I find that? Moon Pie, I'm sorry. Without my readers, I struggle here. Can you ask the question again, Moon Pie? I love Moon Pie, by the way. And Sarge. Oh, hey, Sarge. Child of the King.
I just love the Moon Pie.
Sue, Kenya.
Yeah.
Kenya H.
At Meat Farms.
She seems so
They
positive.
sell them by singles. Yeah. Yeah. Right. They have them right there at the checkout. So you can just grab one on your way. It's like, I need one of those. Yeah. It's all right. Chocolate's the good.
What kind of name is Drag Blacker anyway?
Damon, someone said we have a troll. Kentucky Hill Jill says. I haven't seen anybody. Farmer Brooks says, oh boy. Damon, I already bet Buffalo on the money line. That may help your decision. Can I get my bookie on the phone? Kansas City for $1 million, please.
Green Wave in the house.
What's the money?
Tell your wife I said hello. I'm grateful.
What's What's the money on Kansas City? Minus one. All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, and of course across the airways of 103.9 LI News Radio. Glad you're in on a Wednesday night. So just to finish off what we're talking about, I see people in the chat saying Pete's got the votes. Pete may have the votes out of committee, but Pete needs 51 votes out of the entire Senate. So he probably has the votes out of committee. For sure, but that doesn't really mean much. I mean, yes, he has to get. Obviously, he's got to get out of committee first. But when you have McConnell, Collins, and Murkowski out tonight, of course, playing right into the Democrats, what they try to do. So this is what they do, and they know they've got these soft, squishy, weak, pathetic Republicans, gold-plated, empty suit phonies, all of them, that they can play right into them. And then they do this hit job. They conjure up this nonsense with Schumer. He sends it to Reid and says, okay, here's what we're going to do. And then they want to get into the mud. And they figure they're getting messy divorces, and they somehow come up with this girl.
Let's drop it into the media.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now the media is reporting it. We have to take it seriously.
And then you get McConnell and Murkowski and Collins. I don't know. Maybe the FBI wasn't thorough enough.
All three probably
pathetic.
All three are probably much more corrupt than we even have a hint of.
So this is where we're at. So we may, if this is where it's at, he could still get through because JD will be the tying vote. But we can't lose. I mean, we can't lose anybody else if we have those three losers. God, just enough.
They do suck.
It's just enough of these people. Terribly. It's just a never ends. Nope. Like, take the hint. Go away. Do something else. Like McConnell. The worst elected official the Republican Party maybe has ever seen. At least in my lifetime. The worst. The biggest debt creator. The biggest division creator within the party. The biggest reason we don't have better candidates in primaries is because of him. He ushered through everything Obama wanted to do because he wanted to sit there and play ball. The worst. Absolute worst. All right, 11 minutes till the hour. Let's do some more news here with that. It's Rick Delgado. What else is going on?
All right. Well, let's see. Which one do I want to jump to? Because there's so much going on. Right, Aaron? Get this. GOP Representative Byron Donalds thinking about leaving the House, but for good cause, Damon. He's telling potential donors he's going to run for governor in 2026 of Florida. That's right. And you know what? I feel like I'd like to move to Florida and give him my vote. Donalds, who's expected to run next year, told attendees at a state Republican Party meeting this past weekend in Orlando that he was running, according to NBC News. A source told the news that Donalds was recently in the state capital of Tallahassee meeting with all the folks you need to meet with. He told them he is in. 5 or 6 candidates are now in the running to replace GOP Governor Ron DeSantis, who cannot seek re-election because of term limits. Those include State Agricultural Commissioner Wilton Simpson, former GOP Rep Matt Gaetz are potential candidates as well. But according to Gaetz, Florida needs a governor who can break the control insurance companies have over Tallahassee. And according to Gaetz, he's the one who can do that. So again, Byron Donalds looking to make a name for himself and run for governor. And like I said, if I was living in Florida, he'd get my vote. I love the Byron Donalds.
Someone in the chat said, big news breaking while you guys are yapping. I mean, I don't know. I just went to 3 different places. I see nothing breaking other than President Trump nominated Sean Kernan, who we knew, to be the next Secret Service director. Complete and total confidence in him, he said. I know he's got an interview coming up on TV tonight, first one from the Oval Office, but I don't. Am I missing something else here?
I haven't seen anything. Nothing's popped up over here. And one last story, I guess, before sports here. Trump explains why he revoked John Bolton's security clearance. Finally. He's gotten rid of the guy with the stupid mustache. President Trump on Tuesday explained why he revoked former National Security Advisor John Bolton's security clearance. You can see him as he announces it here. Cut number 7. Here's Trump talking about John Bolton. Cut 7.
Remove John Bolton's security clearance, sir.
Because I think that was enough time. It's we take a job. You take a job, you want to do a job. We're not going to have security on people for the rest of their lives. Why should we? I thought he was a very dumb person, but I used him well because every time people saw me come into a meeting with John Bolton standing behind me, they thought that he'd attack them because he was a warmonger. He's the one that got us involved, along with Cheney and a couple of others, convinced Bush, which was a terrible decision, to blow up the Middle East. We blew up the Middle East and we left. We got nothing out of it except a lot of death. We killed a lot of people. Wow. And John Bolton was, one of those guys, a stupid guy. But no, you can't have that for life. You shouldn't expect it for life.
Stupid guy.
Not only did he strip him of his security clearance, he also stripped him of his Secret Service protection
and
as well.
His dignity.
Yeah.
And of course, that's where again, even you have his squishy Republicans saying, well, he helped him take out one of the big terrorists in the world, and Iran's got a bounty on his head for it, and still does. And so that's what people point to and say he took away his detail, and he's still got a bounty on his head.
Yeah, but he's a rich guy; he can pay for it himself.
All right, anything else in the news, Delgado?
Not right now.
All right, let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell, MyPillow. LFS6B is the promo code to use. Slickster, what's going on?
Well, we ran this story last night, but Philadelphia's Democratic mayor responds to mockery for spelling Eagles wrong during speech. Parker is in her first term as the city's mayor, as you can tell. This is Jackson Thompson of Fox News. Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker responded to widespread mockery that was directed at her when she misspelled the name of the hometown Eagles during a speech on Sunday. During a chant to celebrate the team's playoff run, the Democratic mayor attempted to do the fan base's signature chant of spelling out the team's name. However, she spelled it ELGSES. And not the right name there, honey. Parker addressed his mistake during a press conference on Tuesday. "We don't promise perfection. I'm so happy I never have," Parker told reporters, "especially after I couldn't spell Eagles right." The reporters in attendance laughed. In response, the Democrats' misspelling has already been turned into a T-shirt by the independent Philadelphia sports apparel business, Philly Goat. Parker is in her first term as the city's mayor after winning the mayoral election in 2023, becoming the first woman mayor in the city's history when she defeated Republican David O. Parker served as the Pennsylvania House of Representatives from 2005 to 2015, and then on the Philadelphia City Council 2015 to 2022. Big week game this weekend. The Eagles will face the rival Washington Commanders in Philadelphia on Sunday in the NFC Championship game for the right to advance to the Super Bowl. So good stuff there. But she had a problem spelling Eagles. I don't think she'll ever live it down. I can't wait to see who campaigns against her. He's probably going to bring like a spelling bee, kit with him. And
it's a good thing she's not the mayor of D.C. trying to spell Commanders.
Absolutely.
Good luck.
And Paul alluded it into the break, but referee assignment for AFC Championship game could spell trouble for the Chiefs. This is Dylan Gwynn and Breitbart. Yeah, referee assignments should make no difference in playoff games, but it's 25 and Patrick Mahomes and Mahomes and the Chiefs are in the AFC Championship game. So here we are, fresh off a divisional round championship against Houston, in which the Chiefs benefited from 3 highly controversial calls. Yeah. The defending Super Bowl champs will host the Bills at GHEA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Cliff Blackman will serve as the head referee. If you believe referees are in the tank for the Chiefs, and if you don't, why don't you? This assignment may give you some cause for optimism. So apparently this guy, Cliff Blakeman's crew, called the most penalties of any officiating crew in the NFL, averaging 15.8 per game. However, Blakeman won't be assisted by his regular team officials, so it remains to be seen whether the prolific flag throwing will continue. So I guess they're trying to tighten up on the Chiefs, Big D. I think the Bills are going to roll this one. I really do. You got $2 million on the Chiefs now?
I was going to say, let me get another $1 million on the Chiefs. All right, it's a wrap on hour 1. Hour 2 coming up live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. Slick and Farmer Brook on the same side. Sounds like a what even is that? Coming up. Oh, what even is that? Coming up.
There you go.
Thanks, Slick.
Oh, Child of the King, you
Every
are
night.
a doll.
This
I mean, this
woman
is.
I love
So
her.
Moon Pie sent the message. She might have been being blocked. Don't understand why we couldn't see. A lot of people couldn't see the question. Some people did, and this wonderful
know
person,
what?
Child of the King, wrote her question for me. So
Moon Pie may be getting eclipsed tonight.
Paul Moon was asking, why isn't anyone addressing the fact that Biden was found incompetent to face trial, yet all he's done afterwards is legitimate? Please answer her, dear. Thank you. Okay. Well, I think it's just another example of the two tiers of justice, the endless amounts of propaganda and lies. I hope more than anything that all these pardons face some kind of comeuppance. I really hope that these blanket pardons for anything done in the past and going forward, it gets proven to be illegal. I hope what John Solomon said about maybe some civil cases, especially when it comes to the Fauci thing and some of the criminal behavior there comes around. But it's the endless hypocrisy of the left. Whatever serves them in the moment is what they do, and whatever serves them in the moment is what they do the opposite of. It's endlessly sickening, and I love you, Moon Pie. Sorry I couldn't find your question. It's just a matter of, they're all criminals. They're just liars. They're criminals. They have no moral fiber. They're disgusting. It's just disgusting how little how little character the people in D.C. have.
Yeah, I don't hear any more loud music.
That's what it texts.
I haven't heard one boom, boom, boom.
Too bad.
You were getting into it.
So
Did you just go do your 30th Amendment?
there's another
course.
another
Always
super chat,
exercise.
Damon.
Wow. Did you take the tube?
Another
to get
super chat. Jargus Hunter, thank you very much.
Child, well, the money's rolling in.
This is a
big.
great question. Want me to read it?
Yeah.
He said, why don't we start digging dirt on the Dems? Tired of these made-up sex scandals when most of them in Congress are guilty of much worse. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you
Well,
back,
let's
brother.
have McConnell. Oh, no. Let's have McConnell. No, he's not going to do it. Who's going to do it? We don't have a Pelosi on our side. We don't have a Schumer on our side.
Well, there were guys like Marjorie and Gates and people with big mouths who don't
Yeah, but you need
care.
people who are in charge with subpoena power and who are in charge and who can.
I mean, it's just we need the media to be complicit in,
All right, hour two, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. Real America's Voice and across the airways of 103.9 LI News Radio, Suffolk County, New York, Long Island. Welcome on in. Slick's doing sports. Paul Nolan's going to do some news coming up here. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Rick Delgado with news. And more importantly, at least for this segment, what even is that? Coming up, and our clue was clueless.
Clueless.
Clueless was our clue
Yes.
Oh, my God.
about what even is that. So
See.
hopefully this is not a what even is that about you, Slick.
I'm not clueless.
Okay, well then it's
You
not
sure?
about you.
Useless. Maybe.
Lots to do in hour two. We'll talk a little bit more maybe about Biden's pardons because Monica Showalter over in the American Thinker wrote a piece. Biden's latest pardons present some interesting opportunities. Representative Chip Roy is already on it. What are those opportunities? Because, again, most people argue that the president's power when it comes to pardons and commutations is pretty plenary and it's not going to be challenged and cannot be challenged. So we'll talk, if we have time, we'll get into what she thinks those are.
From what I understand, and I've heard this from a few people, Damon, real quick, is that you can't pardon treason. So if that's the case, Mark Milley he might as well just light that thing on fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And the whole Biden family. And Fauci.
Again, you remember the Republicans are in charge.
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
the
want to make
rhinos.
sure you're
Sure.
Yeah.
The rhinos.
Here we go.
All right, it's time now for one of my new favorite segments here on the show, and that, of course, is Rick Delgado with What Even Is That?
All right. Well, thank you, Damon.
You're welcome, Rick.
Well, I would say it is now official.
Oh.
Right? Donald John Trump has been sworn in as our 47th president, and as we as a nation are now unbidened. Get that? By what has been the last 4 years. and I know, like, every time we saw him, right? Yeah. Exactly. It was like Crazy Town, right, David?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we never knew what was going to happen.
No.
Especially with Biden. Yeah. Seriously. Seriously. The last 4 years, what even was that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
I mean, yeah. We never knew what was going to be going on, and we're never going to be able to get that time back as well. So, yeah.
No.
So whether it was Joe losing the wrestling match with a flight of stairs on Air Force One, taking a dive on stage after a speech, or even just doing what millions of kids do every single day of their lives when they go outside and have some fun and ride a bicycle. Yes, Joe Biden was a disaster.
Oh, my God.
That's right. The LARP, or what we like to call the unhip hipster, the live-action role-playing of the 4-year weekend at Biden's is finally over.
Oh, God.
Get that son of a off the field right now. Out. He's fired.
That's right.
He's fired.
Yeah, and gone are the days of Biden destroying our country with policies he probably doesn't even understand, signing things he can't even comprehend, or what the hell he's even doing.
You know, the rapidly rising with I don't know.
Yeah, we know you don't know, Joe.
You don't know.
We know. We've all been saved from being embarrassed by his dementia-ridden speeches where he can clearly see his hard drive isn't exactly optimum working condition, is it?
And Homeland Security Secretary, I'm not sure going to introduce you all the way.
Yeah. We also won't have to sit through those awkward times, you know, when the camera will be rolling for all the world to see.
Sure.
As the leader of the free world finds something on his chin and then proceeds to eat it live on TV.
Come on, boogie, woogie. Oh, no.
Watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we did watch you, Joe, and it's horrifying.
It's not what you think.
And we'll also be free from those weird tough guy moments, you know, when Joe gnashes his teeth and tells us what a badass he thinks he is.
But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass. You like to smack in the ass.
Yeah, smack in the ass. That can only mean one thing. Watch out, young kids. Old Joe's got some ass smacking to do and a lot of free time to do it. Yeah, but that's not all.
The pools aren't safe anymore.
Corn pop coming at you.
But that's not all, because we also never see Joe on the campaign trail ever again, and that means no more rousing endorsements like this one. Sadly, they have also come to an end.
We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
What he just said.
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
We'll also be spared, believe it or not, the double whammy of Joe's obvious lack of math skills that he uses when he conveys his nonsensical international diplomacy experience.
I've always believed America can be defined in one word. I remember being on the Tibetan Plateau with Xi Jinping. I met with him for over 90 hours alone.
Yeah.
Traveled 17,000 miles with him.
Yeah.
Very significant differences.
Still waiting for that one word, Joe.
One word.
And it never came. But I think the one we won't miss the most
One word.
is going to be the yelling. Yes, that's right. Without the bully pulpit at his disposal, we'll finally be free of being yelled at by the old guy who thinks you're standing on his lawn.
He actually said that. He said that. How dare he say that? How dare he talk about my son and all of us like that?
Whoa. Yeah. Thankfully, this 4-year Obama, Biden, Harris, Pelosi nightmare is finally over. Yeah. That's all, folks. That's all you get.
Yep.
No more Joe Biden. Yes, Joe Biden is no longer president and probably should have never been in the first place.
Who gets credit for this, Mr. President? You or Trump?
Is that a joke?
Yes, you were.
Sure was.
Yes, you were, Joe. And even though we have made it through these last 4 years and we're ready to go and let go of the Biden administration, let it shuffle off into the annals of history, there's one thing I will not let go of.
Oh, here we go.
And that's Paul Pelosi.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, my God.
And the unanswered questions. Shut your filthy mouths. The unanswered questions about the police breaking up his mystery date that he was enjoying decked out in his dress shirt, socks, and mantees while sipping on his scotch. Or was he really playing dress up with a little gay two-man pony unicorn dress up with his mushy potato-shaped man-child boy toy? Was he? I don't know. But that didn't stop him from rolling around in front of the police and getting pummeled at his weekly Thursday night, 2 a.m. Naked Hammer Fight Club party.
That's a little strong.
Yeah. Those guys did for the bullpen hammer.
Damon, we're definitely going to miss this.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure. True international effort to pressure. True international effort to pressure.
Yeah, Damon, back to you.
Yeah. There you go.
That was good.
What even is that, Rick Delgado?
That was
there
good.
You go. Oh, man. We're gonna.
There you go. Now what are we going to do?
Oh, I know.
No, that's too funny.
I know, it's all about the bits for us. So we have to take this into consideration, and we do lose now.
Yep.
Crazy Town is, I don't know, it's kind of on life support.
Just go to The View every day. You'll get plenty of Crazy Town there.
That's true. They'll still be out there. They'll still be out there.
Crazy Town didn't start with Joe, so it's not going to end with him.
That's right.
True.
You know, friend, there's
a good point.
Look, the glass half full.
Keep looking.
That's the way to look at it. We just need we need Mad Max to do more interviews, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to get it.
I think they keep her away from the TV cameras now too.
They keep a lid on her.
Yeah, Maxine Waters. If we can get her to do more interviews, maybe we can find some. But
we got AOC.
Nope. There's hope.
She's got some,
but she's not funny. She's just vile.
Yeah, she is. She's
That's
nasty.
the problem. It doesn't really lend itself to comedic.
Yeah, right. It's Demon Town, not Crazy
There's no
Town.
yucks there. You got to find yucks with somebody. So we'll have to. Just have to.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
You always get Chucky with those insurrections, you know?
Yeah. All right. What even is that there? We're going to get a sponsor for What Even Is That. It's going to be sponsored by somebody, I think. So we'll have to, maybe I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. So 10 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Let's do some news with Mr. Nolan, see what's on his mind. Paul Nolan, how are you?
I am well, my friend.
What's been catching your attention here in the last couple of days? Anything?
Well, some of the things that, I was just wondering if we wanted to have a dialogue on, but I like the story about Trump just saying, settle now and stop this ridiculous war, and he threatens more tariffs on Russia, and he says he sees a small window for a deal on Ukraine. This is from Zero Hedge. Russia says there's a small window of opportunity to make a deal with Donald Trump over Ukraine just one day after the U.S. president threatened to impose sanctions on the Kremlin if Russian President Vladimir Putin refuses to negotiate. I don't know if you guys have followed this a little bit, but Trump is making his promises, and promises made, promises kept. Let's stop the military machine from murdering innocent people who have bad governments. I think that's...
well, so where do we think... I mean, I noticed Trump in the Oval Office signing, on the first night, signing executive orders, and someone asked him about a deal, and he didn't seem to me to be as overly joyed or, we heard I'll have a deal done before I even get into office. That obviously didn't happen.
Did a little something with Israel and Hamas, though.
Yeah, so. But did he seem to anybody else to be a little more cautious the other night when he was asked that question? He kind of shook it off and said, it's their war.
Yeah.
Which is a little different than the tact he took before.
He did. His tweet today said, I'm not looking to hurt Russia. I love the Russian people and always had a very good relationship with President Putin. And despite the radical left's Russia hoax, we must never forget Russia helped us win the Second World War, losing almost 60 million lives in the process. All that being said, I'm going to do Russia, whose economy is failing, and President Putin a very big favor. Settle now. We'll stop this ridiculous war. It's only going to get worse. If we don't make a deal and soon, I have no other choice to put high levels of taxes, tariffs, and sanctions on anything being sold by Russia to the United States and various other participating countries. Let's get this war, which never should have started, if I were president, over with. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. And the easy way is always better. So it's time to make a deal. No more lives should be lost. So, I'm glad he's not rolling over. He's not, capitulating right away to saying, he's letting them know that he means business. He's saber rattling a little bit. And I like the approach. You can't just come in saying, you're not a wild card. His unpredictability has always been one of his, greatest assets. So I don't know, walk, with a big stick and throw stuff.
throw stuff. All right, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night, 13 past the hour. We'll do some sports and news with Delgado coming up when we get back right after this.
Not ready for him?
Big D. I'm ready for him.
Damon's not a guest guy. No Trump. Audience, Damon turned down Trump from doing the live from Studio 6B. You heard it here first.
No, he didn't.
Let the chat go berserk. I am kidding.
No, he didn't turn him down. We're in the chat right now. We're in the YouTube chat. They know better. They're a smart crew. They know nobody's allowed. Come on, Big D. Sound like the blues right
You got one read here, Damon.
One read? That's getting away with murder. That's a good deal.
To the audience, I think that if you guys get a clip of that, what even is that? Everybody in the audience on Twitter has to share at least once, just because Delgado deserves one of his videos to go viral.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, he deserves it.
He's got to have a big one.
He put so much effort into that, and it was nonstop funny.
You know what I saw? The Nadler clip came back up. Remember the Nadler clip? That came back up when he pooped his pants.
Oh, my goodness.
I saw that come up again, and I thought of you. You did a crazy town on that, right? Nadler?
It was
crazy.
Not crazy. Sorry, you did it. What even is that?
No, we played the clip, but I kind of pointed out where I thought he did it. Yeah, the exact moment.
You saw him do this.
Oh, okay.
Right, where he just kind of made a little shift, tiny shift.
Yep.
It was like right there.
Yep. He was checking his Dropbox.
It's just BG tonight?
No, Patriot Mobile.
And it was funny because we could all identify, I've made that motion. That's why it was so funny. It's like, yeah, that's what I would have done.
I was in the supermarket. I just had a fudge sundae.
So, Rick, can you get your what even is that as an isolated clip?
Yeah.
When you get it, make sure you tag me in it on Twitter. I want to share it, and I'm going to ask the audience to do their best to share it as much as possible.
Sure.
James Reed says another what even is that without a jab at Damon at the end. Delgado, you're off your game lately.
Oh, no jab at Damon. That's right.
Yeah, I always complain. Why the hell do I have to be a part of these things?
Well, you're not. That's it.
Thank God, finally, I'm not.
You know what he said? No more.
How about you got a compliment here, Big?
That's a good one.
You got to hold on. Breaking news.
A compliment. I shouldn't sound so surprised.
Breaking news coming in.
Rosie's Nirvana says, David, I'm always impressed with your knowledge. You should run for something political.
Wednesday night, let me talk to you about Patriot Mobile. While we may have won the election, the fight to restore our great nation is only beginning. Now is the time to take a stand. Patriot Mobile is leading the charge as America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. Patriot Mobile offers a way to vote with your wallet without compromising on quality or convenience. Patriot Mobile isn't just about providing exceptional cell phone service. It's a call to action to defend your rights and freedoms. With Patriot Mobile, you'll get outstanding nationwide coverage because they operate on all 3 of the major networks. If you have cell phone service today, you can get cell phone service with Patriot Mobile with a coverage guarantee. But the difference is every dollar you spend with Patriot Mobile supports the First and Second Amendment, the sanctity of life, our veterans, and our first responders. Switching is easy. Keep your number, keep your phone, or you can upgrade. Their 100% U.S.-based customer support team will help you find the perfect plan. Right now, go to patriotmobile.com/RAV, patriotmobile.com/RAV, or call 972-PATRIOT, and you get a free month of service with promo code RAV. A free month of service with promo code RAV. Switch to Patriot Mobile today and defend freedom with every call and text that you make. Visit patriotmobile.com/RAV or call 972-PATRIOT. 18 past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. Glad you're in. Slick's going to do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell and MyPillow. LFS6B is the promo code to use at checkout. Our code gives you, most of the time, somewhere between a 40 and 60% off things you put in your cart. And whether it's mattresses, mattress toppers, towels, pillows, slippers, sheets, all the great stuff that Lindell has. You use promo code LFS6B, you'll be shocked at the change in the pricing in the cart when you go to checkout. So LFS6B is the promo code to use. Slickster, what's going on?
All right, we got a good one going on in the Garden, Big D. NCAA men's basketball. St. John's right now leading Xavier 72-65. 2 minutes to go in OT. And we got a couple of finals from earlier tonight. Houston whooping up on Utah 70-36. Florida, the Gators came back, number 5 to edge South Carolina 70-69. Kansas 74-61 over TCU. And Clemson closes out Syracuse 86-72. To the ice we go. In Jersey, the Devils are up 4-1 over Boston, 17 to go there in the third. End of 2, Blue Jackets blanking the Maple Leafs, 3-0 up in Toronto. And we got a 9:30 Jets at the Avs. And then the Panthers go out to the Crypto.com arena and take on the Kings, 10 p.m. puck drop. NBA Pistons 97-75 over the Hawks. End of third. 10 to go in the fourth. It's the Suns leading the Nets by 14, 84-70. We got the Mavs right now trailing the Timberwolves 82-78. 2 to go there in the second. Rockets over the Cavaliers 61-53. Aaron, this one's for you. Jets hire Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn as new head coach. Report says Glenn was drafted by the Jets in the first round of the 1994 NFL Draft. Paulina Dadaj of Fox News, Detroit Lions defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn is returning to his roots for his first head coaching job in the NFL. Glenn, one of the top coaching candidates this offseason, accepted the role of the New York Jets head coach on Wednesday, becoming the first former player to return as head coach in nearly 50 years, according to ESPN. He's a good guy, Aaron Glenn. I don't know if he's going to be in a little bit over his head, but I think the Jet fans feel pretty good about that.
Are you
Aaron
kidding
Glenn?
me? He's a
defensive
disaster.
coordinator.
12 men on the. He's a disaster. 12 men on the field is unforgivable. He had 29 seconds to call up. It's typical Jets. You can't be hired after that.
He did a good job with Detroit, though. They had a hell of a defense until that last game, though. They didn't.
That can't happen.
Yeah, they hired him. Joe Namath wasn't available, Paul. They couldn't.
What happened to? Well, you know who was available and was you know who was actively pressing for the job was Rex.
Yeah,
I guess they said no thanks.
He's a loose cannon if ever there was one. They're not going to hire him, unfortunately. Old Rex, he's too much.
It's his foot fetish might have gotten.
I'm with Paul on this one.
Yeah,
one of the more inexcusable things I've ever seen in playoff football is 12 men on the field there, and you couldn't even call timeout.
Yeah, and there was a timeout right before that too. It's like it can't happen.
Yeah,
Aaron, what do you think? Aaron's a big Jet fan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't really know why we're hiring a defensive-minded head coach when we got rid of Robert Saleh, who was a defensive-minded head coach.
Good point.
So don't really know what the difference will be. But hopefully, I mean, he seems fired up. A lot of the players seem happy. They've spoken out on social media, seeing that they're happy with the decision. So hopefully it works out well for the locker room and the culture.
Did our friend Eric Coleman, did he play?
Oh, my God. That's so funny you just said that. I was just about to jump in and say, you know who we could talk to about this, but I don't know if we can get him on because of his contract.
Former great
Jet. Is our good friend Eric Coleman.
Yeah. I wonder if he played.
Former Jet.
He might have played during the same time with him. I think they were on the field together.
I think he did, yeah.
Wow. And that's a wrap in sports, Big D. I got another story I'll go in the last segment with.
All right, Slick, very good. Delgado, do you have any news on the fires once again burning through L.A.? 3 major fires again today.
Yeah, I just saw a headline pop on that. In the meantime, I don't know if you can pull this up on your computer real quick. The White House just released a new website brought to our attentions by KelDog67 in the Rumble chat. If you go to whitehouse.gov, man, it is fitting for this president. I'll just tell you that much.
Well, I saw it the other night. It was, this is the same.
This is what you saw the other night?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't see it. And I don't know if the audience has seen this.
Yeah, they have this opening video.
It's pretty wild. Pretty cool.
This literally flipped the moment he took the oath.
Really?
I think I actually said go to whitehouse.gov if you want to get a good chuckle because it had this video, but then it has this America's Back.
No, I don't remember hearing that, but I definitely didn't see this.
Literally live as he was. It's good looking.
Telling you this.
It's very nice looking.
The people that run that his media arm really have it together.
That outfit,
right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. G-Dog in another super chat. He has a great post, Big D. Did you read this one?
Nope. Post. Go ahead.
So my son was sitting in a DEI meeting in a branch of the military today, and the commander came in and canceled it, telling them all DEI is canceled. The military as per Trump's executive order. It's a good day.
Nice.
G-Dog, that is a great one. Thank you for your generosity. And
that's great.
But thanks for the better news. That's just
that's a beautiful thing.
That's just a beautiful thing, man. You know, my buddy's kid was a sniper in MP, and he's a real great gunsmith. He quit. Couldn't stand the DEI wokeness, and he quit the military. He wanted to be in the military his whole life. He was so demoralized, but now he's considering re-enlisting.
Good. That's good.
Good for him.
We got another good man going in.
I mentioned this before, but President Trump tonight put out on his Truth Social, it is my great honor to appoint Sean Curran as the next director of the United States Secret Service. Sean is a great patriot who has protected my family over the past few years, and that is why I trust him to lead the brave men and women of the United States Secret Service. Sean has 23 years of law enforcement experience, starting his career in the Secret Service in 2001 as a special agent in the Newark field office, where he conducted protection, intelligence, investigations, recruitment, and logistics support for the district. During my first term, Sean served as the assistant special agent in charge of the Presidential Protective Division, with direct oversight and responsibility of multiple protectees and enhanced security plans for my residences. Sean has distinguished himself as a brilliant leader who is capable of directing and leading operational security plans for some of the most complex special security events in the history of our country and of the world. He proved his fearless courage when he risked his own life to help save mine from an assassin's bullet in Butler, Pennsylvania. I have complete and total confidence in Sean to make the United States Secret Service stronger than ever before. Thank you, Sean, and congratulations. That from the president tonight on Sean Curran going in as your Secret Service director.
Good.
So, all right. Actually, we don't have time for news. Let's hit the break, and then we'll do news 25 past the hour. Dr. Mike Kim's going to join us when we get back. And after that, we'll do some news with Delgado. A little more sports with Slick before we wrap it up on a Wednesday night. Glad you're in live from Studio 6B.
1,500
I wanted
troops,
to talk
right?
about the mRNA thing going on. I mean, that's a little. Yeah, I mean, there's a good clip on that wackadoodle Ellison. You're going to be compliant. I didn't like that whatsoever, but. Did you guys discuss the Paris Accord at all? And that's going to save like $1 trillion. Someone mentioned in the chat. And it's just part of that ESG global banker scam.
A good effort, Big D.
A long day.
Life.
Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-dum bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.
So that would be an interesting discussion to have, because I think a lot of MAGAs I think some people are going a little haywire too soon about this mRNA thing. I'd like to have a little more time to see what the plan for it is, but I would like to talk about the AI thing if there's room for that for a discussion.
Guys could do it right out of.
Hey, wow.
How long is the interview for?
Oh, this is going to be a full 15.
No.
Oh, yeah. I can feel it.
He's been a pain in the ass.
I think this is going to be a long interview.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. Slick's here. He's not going to do any more sports. Paul Nolan's going to do some news. Slick's going to do some more sports. Doug Otto's going to do some more news. Aaron and Fran holding it down on a Wednesday. We'll get to some of the other things that are going on in the administration. These guys want to talk about AI. Sam Altman was just at the White House. Sam Altman put out a tweet tonight and said, maybe I didn't really think this through enough with this guy Trump. He seems a lot better than maybe I should have done a little more research. So we'll get into some of that. But right now, please welcome to the show Dr. Mike Kim. Dr. Kim is a medical doctor, researcher, and nationally recognized expert on vitamin and mineral supplements and health. Dr. Kim is the medical director for Brick House Nutrition, and he's the creator of a weight loss supplement called Lean. Please welcome Dr. Mike Kim to the show. Dr. Kim, how are you?
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Let's talk about dieting. Sure. Coming off the holidays here, starting a new year, we've all got our kind of, what we want to achieve when it comes to dieting. And a lot of us find ourselves doing kind of the yo-yo dieting, up and down, up and down. What specific health risks are associated with doing that kind of dieting where you start the year strong, you've got your things, and then all of a sudden it starts to fluctuate?
I guess it depends on which way you yo-yo the hardest, right? If you're coming off of if you yo-yo into the gaining weight component, that'll definitely mess up things like deal with high blood pressure. It can enhance the heart disease. There's also diabetes, and it can mess a lot with your hormones. And, we created this product to really kind of start as a foundation for people and give people a steady kind of base of what they should be doing. And it's kind of constant reminder to live a healthy lifestyle. So hopefully it breaks the yo-yo dieting. It'll give you a constant reminder when you're taking a product like this. So that's one of the reasons why we created all the products that we do in terms of establishing a kind of healthy lifestyle is just a constant reminder of what not to do, which is constantly going back to this, what you talked about, which is yo-yo dieting, or what we call, I guess, New Year's resolutions now of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. And then somehow it just over time just kind of slowly fades.
Yeah. Obviously, it seems like right now, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like when you talk about weight loss and you think about weight loss, the only thing anyone can ever talk about or hear about or see when they turn on their TV is things like Ozempic and these GLP, I think it's called, or these shots. What can you give us like a little background on how they work? And are these things we're going to find out these are just awful for you? What's the deal?
I mean, they do help with. I mean, it's kind of like all these other meds. They've created it for one person, and then Viagra appeared, right? And then same thing with Ozempic was there to help regulate insulin and help regulate your blood sugar. And then in turn, what it did was, because it slows gastric emptying, it started to become a diet or weight loss kind of fad. You know what? I mean, it can get dangerous in terms of those that don't actually need it. And then, they're consuming it based on weight loss needs or maybe potentially aesthetics, which it's not maybe the main reason why you should be taking something like that. And then kind of preventing others that need that medication. But also, who knows what it does to those that are healthy, and then those that don't need to regulate their insulin and actually do have good blood sugar. So, we kind of want to stay away from that, and we give the people a healthy option. So there are some ingredients in lean that actually do help with slowing down your appetite, help with increasing basal metabolic rate. And then also the one thing that we really liked about it was that it's able to convert fatty acids into energy. And that's how the whole kind of weight loss mechanism kind of starts with our products.
And so, you went from the shots into your own product there. So let's just backtrack a little bit. Lean is the product that you guys developed, the weight loss supplement. So give us a little background. I think you kind of started there on why you wanted to create it, but tell us some of the differences between that and maybe if people haven't heard about it. So tell us about Lean. Absolutely. Yeah. So, we created this product. There was a craze about, at the beginning of the year, there's always a craze about weight loss, right? Or everyone's in the gym, they're hammering it out in January. You can't get to a machine. And then, we created this because there's other ways to lose weight in a healthy manner. I mean, a lot of us, we look at, we're trying to figure out what is it that causes us to gain weight or prevents us from losing weight. And one of those is that we're trying to balance out there's this balance of hormones. There's balance of fat and consumption of sugars. There's this battle of not living a healthy lifestyle. So we created this for a multitude of reasons. One is that lean helps maintain some healthy blood sugar. Okay, it helps control appetite and cravings. And then the last mechanism that is, as you're creating a better and healthier lifestyle for yourself, all that potentially the excess fat that you've had will be able to help burn and convert that fat into energy for faster weight loss. And then caffeine has been a great proven source to increase basal metabolic rate and also help you keep you energized throughout time. So some people who decide that they're going to lead a healthier lifestyle, their caloric consumption kind of goes down. They need a little bit of pep, so we added some caffeine into it. So those are kind of the basic kind of mechanisms as to how lean was created, and to battle some of these other, I guess, injections, just different things that people have done in an unhealthy way to lose weight. And I think I heard you say it's not for casual dieters. So when you talk about a casual dieter and it's not for them, why and what constitutes a casual dieter? I mean, I think I was referring to the GLP-1 and the injections. I don't think that's for the casual dieter. I mean, that's not for. There's a reason why that medication was created, and that medication was created for those that are diabetics. With lean, it is for those that want to lose a lot of weight, or they want to lose. They have this stubborn, say, last 5 to 10 pounds, where that's just their weight goal that they've been trying to hit. So it can help on both of those ends. And I think based on kind of what I was sharing before is that as it gives you a stronger base and kind of a foundation to your new lifestyle, I think lean is also a constant reminder that this is the foundation to how you're trying to maintain this weight or lose it. So, I think a lot of us forget that a lot of our hormones are hormonal imbalances in all aspects, is one of the major mechanisms into weight loss. And for us, while we're maintaining healthy blood sugars through lean, helping control appetites, as the body starts to reconfigure itself,
I think the hormones start to rebalance themselves as well. And actually, it is for the casual dieter who wants to lose some stubborn weight towards the end of, I guess, their dieting phase.
Well, if you're out there listening to Dr. Kim, and it's great information, and you're resolved to losing weight in 2025, and this product Lean sounds like a smart way to do it to you, Dr. Kim's got a great offer for this audience tonight. 20% discount when you use the promo code RAV, R-A-V. Go to takelean.com, takelean.com, promo code RAV, 20% off your first order, 20% off discount off your first order, takelean.com. We've been speaking with Dr. Mike Kim, the medical director at Brick House Nutrition. I'm sure they've got other great products as well. Dr. Kim, thanks so much for joining us on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
All right, there you go. Thank you. Dr. Mike Kim from Brick House Nutrition. Delgado texted me during the interview, not knowing this was coming up tonight. He says, I actually take this.
I was actually going to ask you to give me a 4-week supply.
You have it with you? Why didn't you tell me this when he was on?
I just remembered that I had it in my bag. Look, right here.
I'm at my all-time fattest. So, hey, Dr. Kim, if you send the 1 month supply, I'll take it, and I'll eat properly for 1 month, and let's see what it does. Because I am at max fat right now. This is
max fat.
Max fat. Is that a technical medical term?
Yeah,
I'm at max fat right now.
Yeah, I'm.
Okay.
I thought that was his online name.
Middle linebacker again at college.
Yeah, that's not your. Is that your @ symbol on Twitter? At max fat.
At max fat. So
okay.
yeah, send the 1 month sample, and I'll be your living testimony.
Okay. There you go.
And I'll sell the product. I'll be your new pitchman.
Yeah, Doc, looking at this, well, not Slick and Delgado, and not Paul either, but I mean, really, the best testimonial if you want to prove this thing works.
Yeah, Fetterman right here.
Send it on over, Doc. I'll start doing. I don't know about the caffeine part. I'm on high blood pressure medicine now, so probably not. But I don't know. We'll see. So Delgado, you actually have it with you.
Yes,
I just had the doc on who created it.
I literally just finished it this morning.
Where do you get yours? Well, go to takelean.com.
I get it from their website online.
Okay, well, use promo code RAV. I'll save you 20%.
I know.
Oh, wow.
And then I want the 20% I save you. So
yeah, okay.
He's going to put a lien on you if you don't pay.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to put a. That was great.
All right, we got a couple minutes left in this segment. So you guys want to talk? You guys want to talk about AI?
Yeah,
Paul.
Yeah, I do. I just think
you and Delgado.
Well, let's jump to the story of what it's all about. It's about
Trump, your seatbelts, everybody.
Trump announcing the largest AI infrastructure project in history involving SoftBank, OpenAI, and Oracle. They did a massive announcement yesterday at the White House with Larry Ellison and a couple other people. Here is Donald Trump talking about it. He announces the formation of what he calls, I guess they're naming this thing Stargate. Check this out, cut 4.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States, and very, very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately.
Yeah, so there he was. He was with the CEO of all three tech terms, OpenAI, Sam Altman, Oracle's Larry Ellison, and SoftBank's Masayoshi Son. They joined Trump in the Roosevelt Room at the White House, and they all spoke afterwards. But I know what Paul's thinking, because we were kind of discussing this a little bit, is what Larry Ellison said when he was at the podium.
Yeah.
Kind of got me a little, didn't really sit well when I heard exactly what he was talking about. Check this out. This is cut number 5. Here's Larry Ellison on the benefits of AI and what they can do with it with cancer detection and vaccines. Pay attention. Check this out. Cut 5.
One of the most exciting things we're working on, using the tools that Sam and Masa are providing, is a cancer vaccine. It's very interesting. It turns out, I'll be quick, all of our cancers, cancer tumors, little fragments of those tumors float around in your blood. So you can do early cancer detection. If you can do using AI, you can do early cancer detection with a blood test.
That's kind of cool.
Using AI to look at the blood test, you can find the cancers that are actually seriously threatening the person. So we can, again, cancer diagnosis using AI has the promise of just being a simple blood test. Then beyond that,
now this is the problem.
Once we gene sequence that cancer tumor, you can then vaccinate the person.
Ding.
Design a vaccine for every individual person to vaccinate them against that cancer.
Ding.
And you can make that vaccine, that mRNA vaccine,
ding, ding, ding.
You can make that robotically, again using AI, in about 48 hours. So imagine early cancer detection, the development of a cancer vaccine for your particular cancer aimed at you, and have that vaccine available in 48 hours. Yeah. This is the promise of AI and the promise of the future.
And that's the scary part. When we're looking at, and I think I sent a picture of who I thought he reminded me of, and when we're looking at a guy who could have been the model of the old Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo, talking to us about AI and vaccines, and you know, it's a little scary, Paul, right?
Well, for me, let's start with let's go to this commercial break.
Yeah,
we got a minute, right? So we don't have a lot of time to talk about it, but to me, it's just a dangerous, slippery slope, and you know, mRNA is like the foundation of the Chinese system with facial recognition, and you know, if those chips end up in us through that mRNA somehow, some way, which is evidence that it can, God knows what comes next.
Live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. We'll wrap it up. More sports, more news coming up right after this.
Find out the natural stuff that has worked for people and see if it might work for you.
You see how many people talk about ivermectin and that other dog dewormer that like has given incredible results of, what's it called again? Yeah. People have had great results with that, plus fasting. If I was told I had cancer, my first thing I would do is I would do a 4-day, 5-day, 6-day, 7. I would do as fast as long as I could. Then I would live on bone broths and really simple stuff, see what happened. I would humble myself with ivermectin, and before I went ahead and took it. I don't know enough. I don't have, please, Lord, let me stay healthy. I got a lot of work to do here for the Serve Kingdom, so please keep us healthy. But I don't trust this at all. I find it.
And you heard Mel Gibson talking to Rogan about it, right?
Yeah, I heard him. Well, I was happy he said
3 people with stage 4. He said they all started that, and then they're all fine.
Yeah, and I know, but there's a lot of money in chemo. There's a lot, and it's a never-ending supply of money for them.
It's a big ticket item.
There is absolutely no profit in a cure,
right?
I think that has to be
a big
addressed.
problem. The big problem. No profit in a cure.
I mean, what's the incentive to have a simple cure? Now, again, I'm not saying there is one. I'm certainly not, but there is. There's definitely an argument. People who live in the conspiracy world say, "Well, there's motive." I mean, for me, where there's motive, there's
money.
There's, there could be, corruption, and I don't know. It's not for me to truly speculate on it, but
well, if it were you,
if it were me,
that would be the road you take.
I would start without it. I would do as much homework as I could on it. I would deep dive on every bit of detail I could.
Excuse me.
But how about you? You go right to it? You would trust it blindly? Yeah.
What stage? Totally.
Without a doubt.
Everyone's unique. But they usually want to run you right into chemo treatment, and I've seen this a million times in my work.
Chemo's
I
like
grew up.
breaking eggs with hammers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's effective, but it just kills
Exactly.
it.
It's like having breakfast
So
at the
much
Pelosi's.
so much collateral damage. right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Wednesday night. Slick's been doing sports. Paul's been doing news. Delgado's doing news. What even is that? If you missed that, we'll have it up tonight. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. We don't have time, but I do want to, and maybe we'll do it the rest of the week, get into this 14th Amendment. Amy Swearer, I think is how you pronounce her last name, wrote a piece for Heritage addressing this, and I haven't heard many people reference her, at least I haven't, maybe they have in her piece, but I think it's probably one of the best looks at kind of what the first 100 years after the 14th Amendment's ratification looked like, and what the words actually really mean and what it was intended for. So if we have some time this week, we'll get into that as well. But let's do a little more sports and news before we wrap it up. We'll start with sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. Slickster, what's going on?
All right, one more quick sweep of the scoreboard. Big D, it's all over. St. John's in the Garden has defeated Xavier 79-71 in OT. Good game there. The Redmen, right now, number 20, looking to get into the March Madness tournament. Big D, before you know it, it'll be here. We got, about a little over about 2 months.
Patino's the coach of this St. John's, right?
Oh, yeah. Rick, he's doing a good job.
Yep. Well, I heard him say that NIL's had a big effect on the team. He said, I got kids here who I know are not here playing because they want to play for me, but they're here because the money was right.
Yeah.
And that kind of tells you where college sports are right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think the spirit of Lou Carnesecca could be there as well, Big D. The team might be playing with a little more motivation this year after his passing, right? I mean,
I also think it's the NIL helps with these kids who maybe didn't have the grades to get into a Division I school and were kept down, but still played. And now all of a sudden they've got their act together a couple of years later. They're given the opportunity maybe from a small D1 school to step up, like you saw Dalton Connect last year.
Yep.
He stormed a Division I, and he came from a small Division I school.
You never would have saw him.
Yeah,
and
never
also,
would have saw him.
At that point,
give some of these kids some money to get their lives started because not everybody signs an NBA contract out of school either, let's be honest. And we got the NHL Bruins right now getting bombed by the Devils. 5-1, minute to go there in the third, all over with the crime. Blue Jays blanking the Maple Leafs 4-0 up in Toronto, 12 to go there in the third. And the Avs and Jets, about midway through the first, no score there. Panthers Kings coming up a little bit later, 10 p.m. puck drop over there. And let's get to, I got time for one, maybe two quick stories. Let's go. Okay. Jaden Daniels named Professional Writers Rookie of the Year. UPI report, Washington Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels was named the 2024 Pro Football Writers of America Rookie of the Year. The organization announced Tuesday the first-year passer who also made his first Pro Bowl earlier this month also earned Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. LA Rams linebacker Jared Verse was named the association's Defensive Rookie of the Year. Daniels, 24, joined the Commanders as the number 2 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. Boy, they picked that one right, huh? And sure enough, he's going to be going to the NFC Championship game this weekend, an all NFC East NFC Championship game. Unfortunately, my NFC East boys are not in there, but good to see that. That should be a lot of fun. I'm trying to make a case for the Commanders, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Good stuff though. And Big D, that's wrapping sports. I know Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend says she would love for the Bills to beat the Chiefs. Kayla Nicole, he dated her for 5 years. Well, why not? She's mad about not being a Swiftie, but anyway, we'll see what happens there. I think the Bills are going to beat them anyway, so his girlfriend just may get her wish. That's a wrap in sports. Big D, back to you.
All right, very good, Slick. Our friend Real Prince Doll is busy at work watching the show.
Oh, boy.
I wanted to give him another shot.
Oh, my God.
He says, Big D says, looking pretty svelte, Paulie. Paulie says, I'm at max fat right now.
Live from Studio Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm not kidding. When I put this back on, I wanted to give Real Prince Doll a chance to build something.
There you go. There it is.
I'm a little chick
on
the
Paul.
cattle.
You look good in that hat. I'm telling you right now.
Wow, that was
you guys want to go camping or something?
Yellowstone awaits, man.
Man.
Drop you right on the set right now. So,
wow, way to steer the audience.
I'm sure. Maybe Slick and I will leave, and you guys can camp by yourselves.
Do you have any news on the school shooting that happened in Nashville today?
No, I don't.
Shooter was black, so no one's actually heard about it.
That's probably why it hasn't popped up.
That's the truth.
The Tennessee high school.
I do have stories on the mass deportations. When will Trump's mass deportations begin, Damon? Well, if you're listening to Tom Holman, he's putting to rest the accusation that it's not happening. Here's cut number 2. Tom Holman talking about his ICE teams, and they are out today. Cut 2.
based on your initial schedule, that today roundups of criminal illegal aliens and the process of deporting them would begin. It seems to have been put on hold for a little while. When can we expect that to happen? Where will it begin?
Not so fast.
It started.
It has started.
ICE teams are out there as of today. We gave them the direction to prioritize public safety threats that we're looking for. So we've been working up the target list. There was some discussion about Chicago because the specific operational plan was released. So we had to look at and reevaluate, does this raise officer safety concerns? And it does. But we've addressed that, and teams are all effective today.
Yeah, so they're rounding up people, like you said, Chicago. They had to change the operational plan because somebody leaked it. But other than that, all the other cities that they were targeting, it's underway. They've rounded up more than 300 serious criminals in the first few hours since they started this. And what a surprise. People on the left seem to kind of like this new approach to immigration. Here's cut number one. Anna Kasparian, you know her from the Young Turks, coming out in support of the Remain in Mexico policy. Check this out. Who knew?
Yeah,
additional orders directed officials to restart the Remain in Mexico policy, which was implemented during Trump's first term. I actually think that was a good policy, one of his better immigration-related policies, and I wasn't the only one. Biden, who, for whatever reason, overturned it as soon as he went into the White House, realized he made a mistake and tried to re-implement it, but at that point, Mexico had moved on and did not want to re-implement it.
Yeah, so there you have it from the left. They're starting to get in line. They're starting to, you know what it is? It's because it's affecting them in their homes, and where they live.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're tired of it. So, as you can see, the left is coming around when it comes to the mass deportations as well. So that's good. And also, maybe you didn't see this, or maybe the illegals who are trying to get across the country for free, maybe they saw this CBP app, CBP1 app is now shut down. According to this, the Trump administration, minutes after the president took office, shut down the mobile app for migrants. They got this message when they tried to log in, making appointments at the U.S.-Mexico border by shutting down the CBP1 app. Custom and Border Patrol officials essentially canceled all outstanding appointments made by migrants without visas who sought to enter the U.S. through legal ports of entry. Basically, everything is shut down. Good luck. So sad. Move it along. Go back home. So a lot of this, again, implemented minutes after President Trump took office. And this was a big one because basically it kind of let them walk through, not even have to deal with anything. And they made an appointment on an app. From what I also understand, they shut down all the flights coming in from other countries that the United States government was flying in illegal immigrants. So those flights have also been shut down.
Yep.
Trump says he's going to North Carolina, by the way, on Friday, and then he's going to head to California. I also see tonight that Senator Markwayne Mullins says that he believes that Pete Hegseth has the votes to get confirmed. Now, he didn't say whether that's with the three losers voting no, and then the vice president having to be the tying vote as the president of the Senate or not. But either way, as long as we get Pete Hegseth confirmed, I don't really care how we get there. But I still think I still think if the Republicans want to show that they're actually going to not stand for this crap, I think Roger Wicker's got to investigate Jack Reed and figure out how he knew to go to this girl. Yeah. Who tipped him off?
Yep.
Is Schumer behind this? And get to the bottom of what's going on in your committee that you're in the majority of, and he's not. So why is he pulling all the strings here to try to dupe all of these? And it's happening in other committees too. All these procedural votes. Republicans need to meet fire with more fire. Enough's enough. As always, we salute our military, active and active police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, everybody on the front lines protecting us, all our truckers, all our farmers, everybody that keeps the country moving forward. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Aaron Fran, great job as always. Thanks, boys, on the show, of course. Great What Even Is That, Delgado? We'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. right here live from Studios 6B.